Hey guys, BananasFinest here, and welcome to some more Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. This is a PvT game I just played today on Daedalus Point. I remember the map this time. I'm going to be talking kind of quietly because it is like about midnight right now. And so everybody's asleep in my house. But anyways, as you can see, two silver level players going at it. Me being Sasori against ScHLePsTeR. Let's see. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure this guy was. Okay, yeah, Terran. I couldn't remember if he was random and he got Terran or if he. But yeah, he was definitely Terran. Alright, so here I am, the red Protoss, spawning in the upper left against the blue Terran in the bottom right. Get the nameplate going there. I forgot what the production tab is. Anyways, this game, I saved a replay because I'm really bad at macro games. Like, not necessarily macro, but building up a big army isn't my strong suit. I'm really good at early gameplay, or not really good, but the best thing that I'm good at is early play, some kind of 4-gate or like a DT rush or like an Oracle harass that usually wins. And as I said in my last video, usually if that fails, I just kind of give up. But I didn't in this game, as I didn't in the last game. I tried going for something a little bit different than I'm used to. I don't normally go Skytoss. I'm not very good at it, but this time I went for Skytoss and it worked actually very well. So as you can see, I'm just going for the standard opener, gateway at 12, chrono boosting out probes and such. He's getting his barracks. I'm trying to do some harassing with my probe. All very standard so far, and he didn't do a wall in, which is perfectly fine. Whatever. He's sending out his SCV. Get some scouting out, throw down my gas at about 14 supply. That's something I had trouble adjusting to when I was getting back into Heart of the Swarm, as I recently have been, is knowing just how much gas, or forgetting how much gas you actually need for Protoss in the opening these days, especially if you want to get a mothership core. So anyways, my gas and gateway finished about the same time. I'm running my probe around in his base. Go ahead and put the 3 probes on gas right away, throw down the cyber core, gonna boost out more workers, and then start getting his SCV out of my base. Now this kind of told me that maybe this player isn't as good since he isn't actively moving his SCV around. I believe my probe died finally, but anyways, I threw down a pylon back here. He scans me. He got a really early orbital command, which told me that I wasn't going to be seeing very much early harassment from him, so I could have tried to go and gone an all-out 4-gate, but like I said, I want to try and get away from that. I want to be able to rely on, longer duration games. So I threw down a pylon here. I'm going to be hiding my Stargate back there. I'm still just getting out lots of probes, building a good economy, and here I miscalculated the timing on my gas. So I didn't have enough gas for my Stargate for a little while after my cyber core finished, which was kind of bad timing on my part. But anyways, I think my probe did live. Nice. Okay, so he's done here. Oh, but he's about to get taken out. How sad. So me seeing these Marines moving out does get me to start a mothership core, I believe, when I get the gas, because I didn't know. I was thinking maybe he's going to start pushing out, but then when I saw that it was only 3 Marines, I figured that he was just kind of clearing things out to expand, which is actually what he's doing. So right now he still only has 2 barracks, and he's working on his second gas just now. So back at home, I'm working on warp gates. I'm going to throw down 2 more gateways, so go 3-gate with a Stargate. And so I'm going to go ahead and go for some early Oracle harass. So I'll be getting that going. Got my mothership core in case he tries to do anything funny. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to post a lot of StarCraft 2 lately, or in the future. Excuse me. because I have been getting back into it, and I have been having ladder anxiety, which, if you don't know what that is, go watch Husky Starcraft videos about ladder anxiety. It's definitely what I have. That's the thing that stops me from playing, is fear of failure and fear of losing. But you just gotta get past that, and you can have a really fun time, and that's what I've been doing. I haven't been raging, so that's great. Just been having a lot of fun with the game lately, so I'm going to be posting a lot of it. I've been playing a lot of it lately, getting a lot better. Still in Silver League. The highest I've ever been is Gold League. Hopefully I can work my way back up to Gold. Anyways, my Oracle's out. Something that's very important that I've been using a lot lately, well, I haven't used them all the time, but even a lot more so this game, is your hotkeys here. Or not your hotkeys, but grouping your units. Because it seems like something so simple, but it's actually really good. So here I'm able to spot his expansion. So I can go ahead and move in here with Oracle. I like to get it right into the middle of the mineral line before I start whittling down the workers. And so his Marines are out of place since they're in this bunker, so he has to unload them and start moving them out, which I knew because he had an expansion. So I'm just racking up the kills here, up to 13, 14 kills. I want to get that one on the gas there, take him out, his Marines show up, so I can fly the heck out of there. That's another thing that showed me that this guy might not be as good, is because he selected his SCVs to try and attack my Oracle as well. But I go ahead and wheel the heck on out of there, and as you can notice, I'm floating a lot of minerals right now, which is not good. I need to be spending them on something. So I go ahead and throw down a lot of pylon, warping units, and I go ahead and decide to expand. Now this is a huge move for me. I know it doesn't seem like something crazy, but I never expand, like, ever. Which is, I know it's really bad. Two-base play never works out for me. I'm not good at timings on things with two-base play. Still just eating up some Marines with my Oracle, up to 16 kills over here. He is throwing down some missile turrets, so unfortunately the harassing will have to come to an end. But I did a lot of damage that was definitely worth it for me. But that's not the only reason I have a Stargate, so I go ahead and throw down another one, because at this point, and I don't put it back here, because at this point I know he knows that I have a Stargate, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting some Void Rays. I'm going to get a lot of Void Rays. And my expansion's about halfway done. His has been up, but he hasn't had any SCVs on it because I've been working on harassing him. And here I am getting a good scout on what's going on. He's got a factory. So I didn't know if he was going to go for Widow Mines or something like that, but he's got a siege tank set up, and he's getting another missile turret, so. But yeah, like I said, I'm really not accustomed to expanding this early. But I figured, because that's something I struggle with, is that I usually try and end the game too soon. I'll attack before I need to. Like right now, normally I'd probably try and attack with this and be like, I need to win with this. And I'm like, you know what? He's not going to be aggressive, so I'm not going to. And I know that Protoss can get a really strong death ball going when given the chance to macro, which is something I never take advantage of for some reason. I always try and end it early, so like I said, I've been trying to work on that. I'm going to go ahead and move my units down here. He does scan me, which I did notice that, so he sees that I'm building Void Rays, but luckily I have them kind of out of sight, so he only saw that one, so hopefully he doesn't know. Hopefully he's thinking I only have one so far, but that's another thing I've been working on, is trying to hide your bigger tech units. That way, instead of grouping my Void Rays over here, where it's an obvious place to scan, hopefully he won't be able to spot them for a while. I'm going to go ahead and get more probes on gas there. My expansion is up now. His is still, if we take a look at the units, 22 SCVs to 32 probes. So I don't really know what he's been doing, to be honest. He doesn't have like any workers to show for. He never really recovered fully from that Oracle harass. So Oracle is definitely very powerful. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the air upgrade, because I figured I've got double Stargate. I'm gonna be going pretty air heavy right now. I've got up to 5 Void Rays. Still getting more. Dropping lots of pylons. He does scan me. He does see my ground army here, but luckily since I didn't have my void rays over here, he's not going to be able to spot them, so he doesn't know exactly how many void rays I have. Alright, so if we take a look at his base right now, he just has a couple marines and a siege tank, and that's really all he has. You know, just out of curiosity, I want to see what his APM is. Okay, so his APM is, my current one is pretty low, but my average is higher than his. So I'm just honestly, I'm not sure what he's been doing lately. He's getting a lot of upgrades, it looks like. So he's definitely, you know, building up his own army. He's scanning me. He's trying to see what's going on. My air upgrade is almost done here, and I've moved my void rays to this little pocket here. Still got this cluster of stalkers and a single sentry. I've been trying to use sentries a lot more, as I usually don't. I usually just go stalker zealot, but sentries are so good. And anyways, there goes the air upgrade. That is now finished. I'm dropping down 2 forges to get the double upgrades going. Gonna go ahead and get the weapons upgrade first. Still just remembering to group all of your bases together. It really makes it easy. But as you can see, I have my void rays hotkeyed or grouped to the 1 key, and then I have my entire army, including my void rays, grouped to the 4 key. So I can move my army as a whole, but I can individually select my void rays to use prismatic alignment, and then I also individually hotkeyed my sentries. That way I can use, you know, their own stuff. Just simple things like that, and I don't know why I haven't started these upgrades yet, which they should be starting fairly soon. I do decide to go ahead and get 2 Phoenix, as I do want them for the scouting information. That's something I struggle with. I'm going to go ahead and throw down a fleet beacon. I'm going to be going for some carriers. Don't ever go for I don't ever go for carriers because, like I said, I never do Skytoss ever. It's foreign to me, but I do go ahead and get 2 Phoenix just for, you know, a little bit of harass, but mainly for scouting information, as that is something I do struggle with. I actually do have 2 Phoenix out on the field already, which I have been using to scout, just trying to see what he's got going on here. He's just going for the standard medevac, siege tank, you know, marines, all that stuff. That's all I ever really see from Terran. I did try and get some harass on here. I really do want to take out some of these medevacs if I can, but not at the expense of my Phoenix, so I go and fly them out of here. I am pretty happy with the way I controlled these Phoenix. I didn't lose any. I got to get a lot of scouting information on him, and the only information he has on me is those scans that he's been doing, which haven't revealed my fleet beacon, so he doesn't know that I'm going for carriers. I've got this pretty nice cluster of void rays. The reason I transitioned into carriers is because I was just going to go for mass void ray, but you know, I saw that he's going for this heavy infantry build, which is what Terran usually do, and you know, void rays aren't, obviously they're good against that, but they're not, what's the word I'm looking for here? They're not the best, I guess, that's not the word, but they're not the most ideal. He does have a Thor in there. I don't really know what the requirements are to get a Thor, but he has one. So he's getting kind of prepared to move out here. He's got a decently sized army. And see, normally, like I said, I would normally attack right now. Like, I'm like, I don't know how to move on from here, so just attack. But no, I'm like, no, you know, he's letting me macro, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to get lots of upgrades. I do get the air weapons level 2 eventually. My ground armor, weapons and shields just finished. I do go ahead and throw down a Twilight Council. I think I throw down a Twilight Council. Maybe I don't. I actually don't think I do. So I got 2 carriers now. Double Stargate, very good. Gonna go ahead and start training some interceptors right away. I believe that's what they're called. Yeah, interceptors. So he does scan. He does see my void rays, which is fine with me. I'm fine that he sees my void rays. Just as long as he doesn't see my carriers, then I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and build another carrier and get these guys loaded up. I got some Phoenix in the mix as well to try and take down some of the medevacs. So Skytoss is very, very good. I'm going to try and start using it more often. It's very powerful right now. and I don't know, I had a lot of fun playing with it. This is the first time I've used it in quite a while, and the first time it's been successful for me, as like I said, I didn't attack too early. He wanted to I'm throwing out just a butt ton of pylon. But he wanted to macro, so he let me macro, and look at, he has like nothing to show for it. I honestly don't know what he's been doing. I think he's been trying to spread himself too thin by going for too many tech buildings and too many upgrades. But anyways, he will have a decently sized army, but I've got upgrades on him. Let's see. Yeah, so he's only got the +1 armor to show for his infantry, whereas I have, what is this? I have shields and the air upgrade, and weapons level 2 is just about ready to be complete. And I go ahead and get the armor upgrade as well, throwing down some more gateways just because I have the money to. And I did go ahead and get a 3rd expansion. I know it's so simple, guys, but this was a really proud moment for me. Wow, I don't even think I queued. Yeah, look at that. That's amazing. That's my proud moment right there. No, that's not my proud moment, but that I got 3 bases. I knew when to expand. The timing might not be the best, but that I actually successfully expanded. And I successfully knew when to get upgrades and when to get certain units and such. Wow, I think it takes me a very long time before I realize that rally point's missing. I don't even want to look, that's just kind of embarrassing. But, you know, I decided now is a good time to move out. I have this epic Protoss Skytoss death ball. Got quite a bit of void arrays here, got some Phoenix. I moved on my head just to see what I was going to be going up against, and I'm confident, so I charge in there. And just let my interceptor go to town. He runs right into me. And I activate prismatic alignment on my void arrays, and they're just going to be eating through those siege tanks. And my interceptors are just going crazy. And boom. There you have it. That is basically the game. So yeah, for those people who are still in, Silver League or Gold or Bronze, don't underestimate macro. I feel like it's actually just me, but I always try to end the game too soon. If your opponent lets you macro, do it. Especially as Protoss, like, it's so powerful. I mean, look at this. Carriers are so good. Skytoss is so good. Don't underestimate Skytoss. Warping in some more stalkers as reinforcements. Never did set that rally point. That's great. I'm just proud that I even got the 3rd base in the first place. So that's all I care about. I'm just trying to throw down some offenses, but it's too late. I've got too much for him. So boom, there you have it. That's game. GG's. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to post a lot more Starcraft 2. So just stay tuned for it, and I'll try and work my way up the ladder. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.